So I've invited some people to participate in writing a book, which I've entitled eSingularity. And I just wanted to do this video real quick about why I think this book is important. Well, there's a number of reasons. One is I honestly believe, and other people believe, there's going to be a massive change to global education. And this change, I've come up with a term called eSingularity, education singularity. And I think it's a term that individuals need to think about, contemplate, and be prepared for. Whether you are a company that is in HR, recruitment, if you're an e-learning company, if you're a school, if you're a university, we need to write a book that basically talks about this event. And whether it is Eduit that flattens global education, or whether it is some other group or a combination of groups of individuals. The event, the eSingularity event, is something that's going to, in a way, reshape and redefine who we are. So I've got some other, videos I'm going to put up based on it, but the purpose of the book then is to, in a way, prepare, discuss, and in a way maybe imagine and use our imagination to think of the possibilities. Not only just the impact to higher education, to schools, lower education, but really the impact to the culture. And I've done some videos on actually the impact on teaching, the impact on schools, and other things. So, the way I'm thinking about how we would progress, if all of you who have invited to you, and I've linked this video to the book title, is one, you can participate just on an observatory level and just comment as we develop it. Because you're busy and everything else, you're just an advisor, and you can be there and just comment on chapters and so on as you see fit, as you have time as an advisor. Two, you can actually be a participant, and there's a number of ways we can do it. One is, as we lay out the chapters of the book, you can say, listen, I really want to take the lead, I want to write this one. I mean, there's some, for example, Art, I think you'd be much better writing the history of open courseware and various different projects that you've been involved in, and that would be your chapter that you would write if you wanted to. I don't have the background, or maybe even Kurt, based on the book that you have written and some of the things that you've alluded to within the book, you're probably a lot better positioned or have the scope to do the chapter on what how we got to where we are today, so to speak, or something, open education. And what I will do is the chapters I want to do are basically the eSingularity platform, describing this platform in great detail. So what I want to do is actually create the script that we will actually use to shoot the movie that will basically show how people will interact, and some of the other areas talking about some of the forces that are shaping this event. I think Kurt and others and Art could probably contribute to that too, significantly. So as a group, if you're up for it, let's knock out this book, in the next month. Another reason for doing the book is, one, is I'd like to put the term eSingularity on the lips of people to be thinking about, like I mentioned before. Two, to help provide some credibility, if it was a modicum of credibility to me as moving this initiative forward. Having a book under my belt can't hurt. And three, it provides me a mechanism to further define and talk about these the very aspects of the project. And we're going to be writing these proposals anyway, so we're taking the proposals and actually turning the proposals into into mini papers and using those mini papers in the book. So I think a lot of the work that we're developing and doing as a group and as a team, as we move this the eSingularity forward, it makes sense for us to put all this stuff in a book format. So if you're up for it, great. If you're not, great. You can just be there and watch us. Watch me. If no one decides to help, that's fine. Either I'll just try to do the best I can, and we'll go from there. So that's it. So I appreciate your consideration in helping out. I think it'll be helpful for the project, for myself, and for getting the idea and the vision of the eSingularity initiative on paper. Thanks.